What's up, y'all? I don't know if anybody's going to join, but I'm going to record this so y'all can watch it later. So I'm sitting here in the park. Let's see if y'all can see. What's up, Shalika? Yeah, girls, I don't be doing this too much because I don't like to talk on the spot like that. But I was doing some readings the other day, and I got the universe let me know that there was some information that I need to share with y'all that y'all might need to hear. So since I was out here by the park, I figured I'd do it. So the 3 cards that I pulled, first, let me start. I asked the universe, like, what is something that people need to hear right now, or what's a message that you want to let everybody know that's important for people to know right now. So I pulled these 3 cards, and the crazy part is, like, they all are related. So the first card says every morning for 30 days I will intentionally intend, right? And here's the card right here, right? And then the second card says my thoughts are like powerful magnets, right? And then the third card I pulled said attention to what is only creates more of what is. So basically, the theme to these 3 cards that I randomly pulled from this deck, this is the Abraham Hicks, I think it's called, the Law of Attraction cards. This deck right here, right? So if you ever need help with, like, if you're ever stuck, and there's something that's really challenging to you that you can't seem to, like, get out of the habit of doing, Abraham Hicks is really good with coming up with affirmations that, you know, if you repeat them to yourself, or if you catch yourself thinking about you know, that old thought pattern or behavior that you want to get rid of, if you catch yourself in that cycle, you can say these affirmations, and they will really, like, help you, like, break that habit. So I use these cards to do the reading, and the theme is basically that, you know, it's really important now more than ever, because of everything that's going on in the world, to be mindful of your thoughts, be aware that your thoughts create your reality, and put more time and attention into what you're thinking, how you're feeling when you're thinking the thoughts, because it's easy, like, to be plugged into the world and get caught up in, like, what people are saying, and people being afraid all the time, and, you know, everything's just like, like, all the time. And it's easy to get caught up in that, because the way energy works, you know, like the card said, attention to what is only creates more of what is. So the more that you devote your attention to negative things, or to things that you don't want in your life, the more that you're going to create more of that, right? So the universe is saying with these 3 cards that, let's go through them one by one. So the first one says every morning for 30 days I will intentionally intend. And then it says on the back, I didn't show you guys the back, but it says, if every morning for the next 30 days you begin your day by saying, I intend to see, I expect to see, no matter who I'm with, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, I intend to see that which I want to see. You will change the momentum of your life experience. And that's real. Like, that's some real shit, for real. Like, I definitely, you know, at the beginning of my spiritual journey, my thought patterns were very negative, like, because that's what my environment was. And so I quickly learned that, you know, when I changed my environment, well, first it starts with yourself. When I changed the way that I was thinking, when I was more intentional about what I wanted with my life, and what was important to me, and what was valuable to me, then my outside began to reflect my inside. So one thing that was really helpful for me was to like not watch the news or not really listen to other people's conversations. Like at that time in my life, I was on public transportation, so like, you know, just overhearing people's conversations and just like, I don't know, it was just a lot. It's a lot for me, especially like as an empath, to be around people, because you know, you automatically absorb other people's energy. And so that's really important too. Like if you know that you're an empath, know that you are more sensitive, and you do have to pay more attention than others who are not empathic, to be mindful of your energy and how other people's energy affects you as well. So yes, I feel like I'm rambling, so I'm gonna get back. If you start every morning, and it says for the next 30 days, so really like 28 to 30 days, I say 28 just because, you know, that's the natural moon cycle. Every month is 28 days, so at least 28. You can do 30, you can do 31, whatever works for you. It's all about what works for you. But just get in the habit of being intentional with what you want your day to become, what type of energy you want to have for that day, what your intentions are for that day. Like if it's enough to just say, you know, I'm gonna have a good day today, I'm gonna have a great day today. And anytime you feel any of that negative energy start to creep in, just repeat that same affirmation. Some people put sticky notes on their mirror, some people put notifications on their phone. I know for me, like one thing that's really helpful is so like, you know how you go on your phone and you have the home screen or the app screen, whatever, the screen where you see all the apps on your phone. Like I have folders, and I use affirmations to label those folders. So for example, all of my bank apps are in a folder called I Am Abundance, and that's really helpful for me. Another thing is like on my Instagram feed, sometimes I'll create I'll make sure I engage with certain accounts so that I'll make sure certain things come up with my feed. And sometimes I'll even create a separate account just so I can see certain content come up. So I know if I log into that account, like I'm setting a certain vibe for what I'm seeing in that account. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next card. My thoughts are like powerful magnets. And on the back it says, your thoughts are powerful, attractive magnets, attracting one to another. Thoughts attract to themselves, and you attract thoughts to you by giving your attention to them. Those who speak most of prosperity have it, and those who speak most of sickness or poverty have it. It is law. It can be no other way. So, again, just be mindful of not only your thoughts, but your words. You know, a lot of times, like something as simple as saying like, duh, I'm a dummy, I should have knew that. Like, don't, you know, like be mindful of how you speak to yourself. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, because how you speak to yourself is definitely going to reflect on how you speak to other people. You know what I'm saying? So we all know people who like talk real crazy, and always say crazy things. And I know, like for me personally, when I was growing up, like my parents' generation, it was always deemed as like, you know, that's just how they are and don't pay them no mind and stuff like that. But I'm like, yo, you still talking crazy to me though. So it's very important to be mindful of your thoughts and your words, how you speak to yourself, how you think of yourself. When you look in the mirror, do you be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's still, you know, the opposite of self-love. So and then, you know, if you feel that way about yourself, like, how would you expect anyone else to feel differently about you? Like, if you think that that you're unattractive, why would anybody else think that you're attractive? So it's very important to be mindful of your thoughts and your words, you know, especially like, I know a lot of people are very hard on themselves and beat themselves up and have these unrealistic expectations. And, you know, even when you make mistakes, it's like, you know, like have more compassion for yourself, have more, practice self-love a lot more. Every day I would challenge you guys to at least, since we're talking about affirmations, create some affirmations for self-love for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Things that you can say to encourage yourself, uplift yourself every day. Things that you can focus on that are your strengths, until you can get to the point where you can accept yourself as a whole and love yourself unconditionally. Like when you're starting out, it's gonna take some time to integrate, new thought patterns and behaviors, like I said. But even in that process, be gentle with yourself. Like if you forget a day, like it's okay. If you catch yourself saying something negative to yourself or thinking about something negative, it's okay. Like it's not gonna be something that is 100%, and it's not gonna be something that you should beat yourself up for, because that kind of defeats the purpose. So yeah, especially now more than ever, the world is crazy enough. You got enough people coming at you from the outside. Like, you shouldn't be that way with yourself. Like, that's crazy. Like, don't beat yourself up. Love yourself. Have more compassion for yourself. Support yourself. Be there for yourself. Give yourself what you need, because you can't pour from an empty pitcher. So if you're not there for yourself, and you're not thinking positive, uplifting thoughts about yourself, you're not going to attract it. And you're not going to be like the most pleasant persons to be around. So, it all starts from within you. If you feel like your life is at a point where it's not what you want and it's not what makes you happy, then, you have to start with you. Like, what is it about you? What is about your thoughts that's attracting that situation? Like, every challenge has a positive solution, and that positive solution always starts with you. I'm gonna end on that. All right, so the next card is attention to what is only creates more of what is. And on the back it says, many want to point out reality to you. They say, face the facts, look at what is. And we say to you, if you are able to see only what is, then by the law of attraction, you will create only more of what is. You must put your thoughts beyond what is in order to attract something more, or something that is different. So again, this is speaking more of, like, the universe is saying, really, like, I want to really make sure I drill this concept into you guys' heads. So mastering your thoughts and your energy is only like the first step, because once you're able to do that, then you can start being intentional with creating your reality. So once you can master, maintaining a certain vibration by maintaining those positive thoughts and that positive energy, then you can start to use that energy to be like, this is what I want. This is the life that I want to create. This is what I want to manifest in my life. This is what I want to attract. These are the people that I feel like are my tribe, and I want to attract more of that. I know one thing that's really helpful, it just came to me, so I'm gonna say it. For me, one thing that was really helpful on this part of my journey was to just like think about what it is that you really want in your life. And as you're going through your day to day, if you're able to catch yourself in like a really happy moment. So like, say you're driving in your car and you're going about your day, and then like one of your favorite songs come on, right? And for those 3 or 4 minutes, like, you're in the zone. Like, your energy is high, you're happy, you're not thinking about anything else that happened to the day, you're present, and it's a moment of joy. So if you can catch that moment, and catch yourself in that moment, then you're better able to identify, like, this is what gets me in that zone. This is what gives me that vibration and that energy. And then you can intentionally say, okay, well, I know every time I listen to this song, I'm going to be in this vibration, right? So then you can find other songs that put you in that vibration. Then you can find movies that put you in that vibration. And you can find, like me right now, this is like one of my favorite parks. So I knew that this would be a good place to do this reading because I would be in a certain type of energy. And I come to this park a lot. So I come to this park a lot intentionally so that I can get into this state of energy, right? So the more you're able to, I guess, catch yourself in those moments, the more you're able to give yourself more of those moments. And I know, excuse me, a lot of, for me, another thing that was helpful for me was to, like, I wasn't really sure what made me happy at a certain point in my life. Like, I knew what didn't make me happy, but I didn't necessarily know what did. So, one of the tools that was helpful for me was to look at it kind of like a recipe. So, you know how a recipe has, like, if you want to make a cake, you have your 2 eggs and, like, however, I don't know off the top of my head, but you have, like, a certain amount of eggs and a certain measurement of, oh my God, I'm blanking, flour and a certain measurement. Like, you have very specific measurements of very specific ingredients, right? So if you were to create a recipe for your happiness, what would that recipe look like? And sometimes, like, when you're not sure what makes you happy, sometimes you just got to get out there and try stuff. Like, for me, I had to try a lot of stuff. Like, I'd be like, oh, like, I think ziplining might be fun. Let me go try it. And then I do it, and then either I like it or I don't like it. I do like ziplining, by the way. But I would have never known if I would have never tried it. Especially coming from, like, if you come from an inner city or places like that, like, you might not have been exposed to stuff like that, or you might not have the opportunity to go somewhere that offers ziplining. So it's important to get out and have your own adventures and make your own adventures and try new stuff, because a lot of times you find that you're happiest when you do stuff you would have never thought that you would be doing, or places that you would never thought that you would be. I'm sorry, it's a squirrel. So yeah, it's important, like, and that's part of life. Like, live in the moment, you know, enjoy the moment, have an adventure. Like, what adventure is ever like a negative thing? You know what I'm saying? Like, try new stuff, meet new people, just go out there and wing it and see what happens. Take a vacation and just get in a car and drive and just see where you end up. Like, those are the most, like, memorable, exciting, vibration raising type of experiences that we're here to have. You know what I'm saying? So take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to figure out what it is that makes you happy. And the more things you try and the more things you find that make you happy, the more often you can do those things, and then you can maintain that vibration for longer periods of time. And it's all about practice. Like, all of this stuff is just like, you know, sports or playing an instrument or anything else. Like, it all takes practice. It all takes repetitive behavior. You know, you got to be gentle with yourself and remember that it took you however many years to get where you are. So it's going to take time to deconstruct all of those, all of that energy that you no longer resonate with. So if you guys want me to talk about something specific in the future, in another live, if you want pictures of the card, if you want to read it yourself, if you need guidance or coaching or anything to how to implement these things that we're talking about, or if you just want more more good information, you can always follow my page, like my page, contact me, DM me, go to my website. I mean, there's a million ways you can hit me up. And let me know. And I hope this was helpful for you, and I hope this was useful for you. And even if this was triggering for you, that's even more reason for you to like put this video down and come back to it later, and when at a time when you are more receptive, because even a trigger is an indication from the universe that it's something that needs your attention. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will talk to y'all later.